I say just take off your shirt.
This one? The whole thing?
Yeah. You have great chest hair. Show it off.
Oh, thank you. Peloton. It's peloton.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
I'm going to comment on that. I'm going to. Was that lime? Oh, lime is good.
Also, LaCroix is not a real soda. It's like fake bubbly.
I'm kind of over it at this point.
It's like decide, are you water or are you seltzer?
But I worked in offices when like LaCroix really had its peak, and it got so annoying. And you know what I mean? People got so annoying about it.
It feels like a tease. It feels like flat sparkling.
Yeah.
Flat seltzer.
Like Wisconsin. It's been
I know.
around since like the 80s.
Yes.
All right, we're recording, so.
Yeah.
Well,
I just like remember LaCroix culture in offices was so annoying because it's like if you ordered like the wrong flavors, people would be like, I was an office coordinator, so I had to order for people, and I would have to order for the whole office, and people would be like, "Oh, you ordered the lime? You ordered the lime?" And it's like, can you relax? Like, I like the lime.
Seltzer. You're gonna drink whatever you
Lime
get.
is good. They all taste the same.
They all taste the same.
Okay, maybe the coconut one tastes a little bit coconutty, but it's carbonated water. Can you relax?
Yeah, but this one,
tastes like they all taste like ass.
It's not even real carbon. It feels like flat carbonated water.
And they're not even French. They're from.
Where are they from?
Fucking Wisconsin. Is that where? D's saying Wisconsin.
He said Wisconsin, so he must be right, because D said it.
There you go. Yeah. And no,
You're always right, D.
People in offices got wild when LaCroix became a thing. But LaCroix also led the path for Whiteclaw.
Really?
I feel like, didn't it? Wouldn't that kind of...
I knew about Whiteclaw before LaCroix.
No.
Yeah, I did.
I thought it was LaCroix first and then the Whiteclaws happened.
I'm not saying that's not how it went.
It's the same thing as LaCroix, but like with liquor.
I don't know. I knew about White Claws. And then when this shit came out, I was like, what is this?
But now there's White Claw, there's High Noon, there's Truly, Bonnie Viv.
I've never had Bonnie Viv.
You never had Bonnie Viv?
No, I've never had Bonnie Viv.
Bonnie Viv is pretty good, actually.
I'd like to try Bonnie Viv.
They have some nice flavors.
We should get that on the show. Are we allowed to drink?
This is sponsored by Bonnie Viv.
Yeah, we get hammered on the
We get hammered.
Bro, we get so fucking hammered.
Bro, we get hammered.
Chris, put it on your little...
Why am I... Oh, Jesus.
Put it like, yeah, right there.
I'm a problem. I'm always a problem.
So tell me about your beverages here. You have a lime LaCroix. You have a watery iced coffee.
A watery iced coffee because I can't let it go.
And then a water.
And then a water because like I needed to take
A
my
what?
Advil. A water.
A water?
A water.
A water.
Water.
A water.
A water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you got to take your Advil.
I had to take my Advil.
Because you can't take the Advil with the iced coffee or the LaCroix.
I just think it's more effective with water.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know?
I drink, actually, can I tell you? Okay, this is actually, oh, you're not going to like this. No one's going to like this.
Oh, no.
I'm a dry swallower.
Oh, no, I dry swallow too.
Oh, okay.
You know why?
Woo,
Because when I was on birth control and you had to take it at like...
You got to take it.
2 o'clock and you're like walking down the block and
You
I
gotta
don't have
take
a bottle. I got to stop those babies. I'm dry swallowing. I should have swallowed.
Yeah, I dry swallow my prep. I don't care if it's effective or not. I dry swallow.
I dry swallow.
But people say sociopaths dry swallow. That's why I don't want to say it. So I didn't want to come out as a dry swallower.
They're just jealous.
Jealous.
They're just
'cause
jealous.
My
That's
throat,
a trick. Yeah.
My throat is already lubed up. It doesn't need extra lubrication.
Yeah.
I'm already lubed up. I'm ready to go, baby. I'm like, that's right.
That's right.
That was a deep swallow.
You dry ass bitch. You can't dry swallow? What the fuck is wrong
Can't
with you?
dry swallow. Not my problem.
Like you don't know how to salivate. Like you get like a little pocket of saliva there,
And then you go,
and you put it in, and you go
done.
done.
Dry swallow.
Dry swallow.
But so you have the 3 beverages.
Yeah, so it's water for the Advil, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna drink water because water's good for you. And then it's like the coffee here, and it's like I'm not gonna let that go to waste because I don't have a second cup of coffee now. So I'm gonna utilize this as much as I can.
And why
Did
don't
you-
you have a second cup of coffee?
Did you guys say welcome to the neighborhood?
No, not yet.
No.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, great. We should say that.
We
just
should.
did wrap up like a nice little fun bit.
We
Yeah.
did.
So we should say
So,
like, welcome to the neighborhood.
I'm Christina.
And I'm Gus. And we're going to get really serious today.
Be very serious.
Okay, we're going to talk about parking in Christina's neighborhood.
Don't even get me started.
Don't even get me started.
Don't even get me started. Fucking people with the parking.
Was it in Bay Ridge? I don't actually know where this happened. You just
Bunch
told
of
me.
tuturus. Yeah. You know what you are? You're a tuturu. Yeah, man, in Bay Ridge. These motherfuckers just don't know. Like,
What
I'm sorry.
happened?
I'll tell you. And I'll tell you. So, I'm looking for a spot. Last minute, I forgot that it's alternate side parking, and I'm about to get story of my goddamn life.
Okay.
Tombstone. Alternate side parking followed her for the rest of her life. But I needed to move my car. It was like needed to be moved at 9:30. It was like 9:40. Didn't get a ticket. God bless. And I moved my car, and I'm like, I need to find a spot now. So I go around the block, and I see this woman work for the MTA, and and she's on the passenger side on the sidewalk. Why are you laughing at me?
You're funny.
So she's wearing her MTA outfit. Her outfit. She's on this.
Her costume, her look,
Okay, so she decided to
her
be
runway look.
MTA today, you know. And
Today I'm serving
MTA.
MTA, darling. So face MTA and transit worker, employee, go. Okay, great.
And she's on the sidewalk.
She's on the sidewalk.
And I'm like in my car, and I pull up, and I'm like, "Skrrt." And I'm like, hey, you getting out? And she's like, no. And then I look, and she has about maybe 3 feet in front of her.
Uh-huh.
And there's space behind her. So I was like, hey, do you mind if maybe you can move up a little bit so I can try to fit
That's
in
a
the back?
scumbag move. I hate people that do that. If someone has if you're just in that weird spot because 2 cars have gotten out and now you're just in a weird spot, I
You're
get
in a weird
that.
spot. I get it.
I
I'll
get
vouch
it.
for
You're in a
you.
weird spot. I'll
Yeah.
vouch. You can see it. You can see it.
You can see it.
But
You're
when
like, that's a weird spot.
When you have literally purposely parked and there's 3 feet behind, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Be respectful. Be a human being. Where is civilization nowadays? Where is it?
Nowhere, not here, not in Bay
Nowhere.
Ridge.
Not in Bay Ridge.
Fucking Eddie.
Anyway,
so I asked, I was like, do you mind if you can move up a little bit so I could try to squeeze in? And she mumbled something, and I didn't think she heard me. So I'm there, locked eyes on her. I'm like, I ain't moving. I could fit there. I just need 1 foot.
Yeah.
And she looks up at me. She's like, what? And I'm like, do you mind if you can move a little bit up front so I can fit? And she looks, and she comes around, and she's like, where do you want me to go? Where do I want you to go? 3 feet forward. 3 feet fucking forward. That's where I want you to go. Go live there. It's a nice fucking area code. And I'm like, and I look at her, and I'm just like, hey, I'm just trying to fit. And she looks, she's like, where do you want me to go? You think you could fit there? You think you could fit there? And I'm like, hey, lady, I'm kindly asking you if you can move up 3 feet. If you don't want to, you can tell me to go fuck myself and not move it. And then you might have a fucking key car later. But that's your choice.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Welcome to the neighborhood. And she moves up a little bit, and she comes out, and she starts bitching again. And I turn around and say, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I go up, and I park, and I fucking park.
And you fit.
And there was plenty of space for her to get out, for me to get out, for the fucking Pope to get out. Everyone could get out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're a driver. You're a fellow fucking driver.
You're a fellow driver.
You're a fellow driver. You work for the MTA. Okay? And you're in Bay Ridge. You've never experienced stress trying to find a spot
You can't just move up.
where you don't want to pay it forward to
Have some
someone.
respect, scumbag. These people are low lives.
I have gotten out of my car, walked, and saw someone circling, and I've waved them down and be like, hey, let me move up a little bit more. See if you can fit.
Oh, wow, you're such a good person.
I fucking love seeing someone's face light up for a spot.
I know, you did make someone's day. Let me
love
tell you,
it.
the same thing when you
A
have...
woman cried in my arms as I was getting out of a spot. Okay? I was getting out of the spot. This woman, God bless her soul. Very, it's like...
A woman gave me her firstborn child.
She was like, taketh. I shall... No, she's like, what's your name? I'm naming my kid after you. I'm pregnant.
I'm pregnant, and if I get pregnant again, it's Chris and Christina.
Yeah.
And Tina is going to be the 3rd one.
Yeah. It's Tina. I'm named after... 3 kids
All
are named
3
after
kids
me.
Named after her.
Yeah. I love it. I
do the same thing with city bikes. If I have an e-bike, like the electric ones, and and if I have one and I'm docking and I know there's no e-bikes there, I'm always like, here's another e-bike, and people light up.
Love it.
They love it. They go
Love it.
crazy.
Yeah, I just think New York etiquette is like
That's nice things. That's a
it's
nice way to get
things.
through New York. Like if I see a family struggling to take a picture and the dad has to take the picture, I'm like, do you want me to take a picture of you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm a nice person.
For everyone that's what I do now.
No, you're great.
Oh, okay. I thought I was in trouble again. My mic's there, right? My titty didn't knock it off. Little hands grow out of my titty. Yeah. For everyone who says that New Yorkers are mean, go fuck yourself.
We're very nice people.
We're very nice people. You
Just
know
move
what?
3 feet up.
You know what? I'm gonna be the first person that's gonna help this lady with her goddamn stroller. Not Brian from Idaho.
Not Ohio.
Okay?
No.
No.
If I see someone trying to carry luggage down the stairs, I help them.
I got you.
I got you. Unless they look a little weird, then.
Then say something. Say something.
Do what you gotta do, man. I'm not gonna help you, man.
Yeah, no. But that's they say chivalry isn't dead. There's a different
New
kind
York,
of New
Bay
York
Ridge.
chivalry.
It's called Bay Ridge.
It's called because you know why? We're family.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Enjoy it.
But
I get really passionate about things like
I
that.
think it's our, it's so interesting because people are always like, where do you get that from? I think it's our Greek hospitality, really, what it is. It's a Greek philotimo, if you will.
Yes, but it's also
It is a New York thing, yes.
It's a New York thing, but it's also, and I'll tell you why. New York is filled with immigrants, and we all have some sort
of
of
insane
like,
hospitality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's passed down, and we all like express it in different ways.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so it is what it is. You're welcome. So
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Where's your family from in Greece?
Kalamata and Kerkira, the best places.
Oh, Kerkira.
You've been?
No, I haven't been to Kerkira, but I watched Maestro in Blue. And it's all set. It's filmed in Kerkira.
Yeah.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 was filmed in Kerkira.
Yeah. Why wasn't I there?
Why wasn't I there, Nia? Huh?
How you doing?
Follow me back.
How you doing? I followed you.
I followed you. Follow me back.
Follow me back. You know what's in my closet? Windex. Since day one.
You know what's on my bookcase? Your DVD.
How about that?
How's that?
When I went away to college, I was like, Ma, I forgot some DVDs. Send me classics. You know what she sent me? My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
When I was there, my boyfriend, he had a copy of My Big Fat Greek Wedding on DVD. That's how I knew I could love him.
How about that?
You did that.
You did that. So follow us back.
Follow me back.
The hell?
Did you grow up going to Greece all the time?
Yes. I'm very, very fortunate. I'm very blessed for that because it really did. It's the duality. Like, it's very like the New York, Brooklyn, like, let's go, let's fucking, you know? And then it's like the Greek, like, okay, relax, man.
I could never siesta. Siesta stressed me out.
It took me a while.
As an 8-year-old, I was a stressed out 8-year-old. I was like, these people sleep in the middle of the day?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? We got to do something.
Yeah.
I was not happy about it.
No,
I did not like it.
I went every year.
Yeah.
My uncle works for Delta, and we were very fortunate.
Oh, that's
we went
very
on Buddy
nice.
Pass, and during that time, Buddy Pass, you had to dress nice. You had to dress to impress.
Really?
My mom was like, Christina, valte calacho.
Put your good clothes on.
Put your good clothes on. Because it's like you're going on a Buddy Pass, like you're representing your family. So I'm like, we're part of my own, like, it's like, who's your family?
So you be well dressed on a 10-hour flight to Greece?
Yeah, so we dressed nice, like we're going to church.
For 10 hours?
And we sat there waiting for our names. And like, now that I look back at it, I'm like, you get picked based off seniority. It's not like they looked at you and they're like, put them on.
Oh, yeah. Like, because you were always on standby for the most part.
But it was like one to like represent my uncle in a good light.
Yeah.
So like when they look, they're not like, look at these fucking animals.
Yeah, it's all based on
jeans.
My friend's mom works at United, and it's the same thing. It's all seniority.
Yeah, but then my dad was like, maybe Christina, they see this family here, and they're like, wow, they look like they smell. And then they see us, and we look very
Your
nice.
Your parents were so wrong about this.
Yeah, and he's like, and they might flip it.
This is not true. None of this would happen. This is the things that Greek parents used to make you do as kids that would like bog your mind. And even as kids, you would question them and be like, this is not real.
This is not how it goes.
And you grow up and you have this weird memory now where you're like, my parents were so strict about this one very specific thing. And then you have to like live your whole life. And one day someone's like, that's not at all how the world works.
No.
And you're like, what? Why?
What's an example for you?
Well, one was, I mean, this is a very common example with a lot of people though, which is that we couldn't, the backlight of the car, we couldn't turn it on.
No.
But anything.
You get a
Even if
ticket.
I need to tie my shoelace. I need to, nothing. Oh, you're gonna get a ticket.
You're gonna get a ticket.
You're gonna get a parking
Christina,
ticket.
the police is going to see it and
They're
pull us
going to give you a
over.
ticket. They're pulling us over right now, Gus. They're pulling us over.
Δεν μπορώ με άλλο τικέτο. Δεν μπορώ.
We can't stop. We have to make it to Canada.
Don't look. Don't open the light to look. Nothing.
No open the
Figure
light.
God gave you thoughts, so
Ella,
figure it the
that's
fuck out.
touch. You figured it. You have to tie your shoe right now. Wait till we get off.
Figure it out.
But my mom would always say, when we got in trouble, she would say, oh, well, when we were young kids, she would say the babula is coming. The boogeyman's coming down the block. And then when we got old enough to challenge the babula, she would be like, the police is coming.
The police.
So anything we did wrong, we thought the police was on their way. Anything we did wrong. Oh, the police is on their way? This is insane.
My dad would trick me with like strength things to eat. And this might sound silly to everyone, but it really made me like laugh, chuckle. It was really cute. But growing up, like I never liked fakes, which is
I hate fakes.
fuck yes.
I hate fakes.
It's lentils.
lentil soup.
But Greeks make it a very specific way.
Disgusting. It's like ass. It tastes like shit.
Now
It
I
looks
kind of like
shit.
it when you season it right. When you season it right, there are certain
Get that
lentils.
nasty.
But you
ass
haven't had
soup.
good lentil soup.
No, because I look at it and I go no.
All right, next
And they're
time
becoming-
I'm bringing lentil
They're
soup for
becoming
you.
popular amongst the hipsters
The
with the white
hipsters, yeah.
with the Williamsburgs over here.
Come
With
to
the
my life.
Gentrifiers.
When I was don't wake them up. We don't need any more of them.
Come to my life when my mom would make me French fries to make me
I
eat
felt
the
like I was in
fajitas.
prison.
Yeah. She literally would make me French fries just to be like, if you eat this whole bowl of fajitas, you can get French fries.
You could get French fries,
And if I
yeah.
didn't eat the whole bowl, she wouldn't give me the French fries.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
Yeah,
messed up.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Can we have a moment for that?
That's abuse.
Yeah. Trauma.
Trauma. Sometimes I
right?
tell things that my parents used to do to me or that my brothers used to do to me to my therapist, and he's like, that's
Not okay.
that's a crime. One time I said something and he was like, that's like a very normal story of my childhood that I was always like,
Oh yeah, that's fine.
yeah, that happened. And he was just like, okay, well, that was a crime. That was committed against, you were a minor at the time?
So-
A minor.
Child Protective Services came for you, right? But yeah, and my father would like tell me like you have to eat all of this because our door, you had to jingle jangle it to get in, and I could never open it.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's because you're weak. He's like, you have no strength.
Well, wait a minute. This is abuse, Joe, by the way.
And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you have to eat your fakes so you can open the door. And for a while, I would eat the fakes, eat the fakes, eat the fakes. Flash forward to the future. I'm opening my door. I forgot about the whole fakes. And as I put the key in it, I had to take it out and jingle jangle it. And my whole childhood came flashing before my eyes. And I was like, that was a lie. That was all a lie.
Yeah.
I did not have to eat all of those bowls of fakes to open the door. I just had to jingle jangle it.
Yeah. You were
And
just
he
dumb.
would-
You were a kid.
I was stupid.
You were a stupid
I
kid,
wasn't
yeah.
weak. I was just stupid.
You just didn't understand that your dad was literally testing you. That is so funny, yeah.
At night, he'd be like, Eleni, this one's stupid. I told her how many times she has to eat the fakes and she keeps believing me.
You know they kept doing that. Yeah, you know they were back there like, it's okay. You know how I got them to do it?
Well, my dad mostly is like with the Budweiser, you know? So
Yeah, yeah.
you'll be my mom.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how I got them to do it? I told him Harry Potter was coming.
This is a good one.
And he said, okay, when? Tomorrow. And I said, no, in 2 weeks from now. So in a week, θα το ξεχάσει. He'll forget about it.
That is a very stupid one.
That's
Mine's much more stupid than yours.
Yes, what did you do?
I told her, I said, Grisinagi,
Grisinagi.
Grisinagi, you have to eat all of the fakes in order to open the door. The stupid idiot kept trying, nothing. She thinks she's eaten 15 bowls of fakes in one day.
Καλά έκανες. That
She-
was a good καλά.
She-
Good one. Good
she's
one.
now in her 30s and still believes she has to eat all the fakes.
Oh, Haji, the idiot. The other one still thinks Harry Potter is coming.
Tuvlo.
Tuvlo, full tuvlo.
Fucking brick
You
for
know,
a brain.
you know what a tuvlo is? A brick.
A brick.
Dumber than bricks, both of them. But whatever. We did a good job.
You know what? We tried. All right.
Abuse. I'm kidding, no. But you know, it's so interesting because, you know, it's like, you know, we are known for a lot of our Greek stuff on Instagram. Me more than you, but, you know, we're both known for a lot of our Greek stuff on Instagram.
Yeah. No, 100%. I've been like bringing out the Greek more because I, you know, it's a big part.
Yeah. How did you start really getting into that?
I think I just like, because I always did it when I was little.
Yeah.
And I think finally, like, just figuring out my way creatively and not being like it's my own take on my parents and just life. And we always grew up making fun of my parents.
Yeah.
So I just started like bringing more of like my Greek character, but also like me as a Greek.
Yeah.
Not just as like my mom or my dad.
Right.
You know, because those things like tie in every once in a while, and they're in my comedy and they're in stuff.
I mean, the
because it's-
mannerisms.
Yeah.
you know.
But like, it's also me as a Greek individual. Like, who would Christina the Greek girl? It's not always like imama, you know?
I know, yeah.
So,
Oh, it's not always the mama. Okay.
it's
okay.
not always the mama.
I
for
get
me.
it. I get it. I hear it. I heard it.
No, it's like
I heard it. No, I heard it. It's not always. I'm kidding. No.
no, but I mean it also in like, I think I'm like hyper aware because we're all in a small community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know.
No, I get it. Yeah. I just started doing it. I think once I moved to LA, I was able to really.
Yeah, yours is a whole different. That's a whole universe.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah,
whole universe.
that's different.
You know, it's like I really like when I moved to LA though, I was really able to like separate, I think, part of it from like, because it's, you know, they're tough parents, you know, so it was like able to separate like the toughness of it and like find the humor in it a lot.
Yeah.
Because I had that distance and I was able to be like, oh, you know, and even as a kid, we understood like it all really came from love. Like they really did love us. They were just crazy. And they just, even as a kid, I really could look at my mom and be like, okay. Well, you are someone that just like, you just don't get it. You just don't get certain things. And that is just it, you know? And
Once I started talking back to my mom as her,
yeah,
she was like, oh,
yeah.
that is what I sound like.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah. And it's so interesting because I think my mom looks at my videos as like, I don't know if I like this perception. I don't know if I like this perspective of me. But at the same time, she's like, well, that is me, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, that is me, though.
She owns it.
You know, she's like, and she doubles and triples down on it. And she adds her own flair to it when I do her when she's in the videos. And that's fun too, you know?
That's so fun. I
But
love
like... Yeah, it was that separation that I needed to be able to come back to New York and be like, oh, okay, you're fun. You're all funny. This is funny.
See, I think also like even seeing like before we became this friendly, like inspired by your stuff too, because like I would do things like that, and then like I have a whole different world of like the way I got into creativity and allowing myself and getting out of my own way. But I like pushed all of that down because I was like, no one's gonna like it. Mm-hmm. No one's gonna relate, or like they're not gonna get it. You know what I mean? And then once I started to like really show up for myself and like put things in line of like, who am I and what comes natural to me and what does make me happy creating, I started to like do more of it and see like, because like growing up, living like I was amongst, and you too, all immigrant kids.
Yeah.
Like first generation.
Yeah.
And it's all the same shit.
Right. We had it was like
And I, like,
mostly
brought-
Arabic kids on our block.
I had Arabs
And Greeks.
Indians, Greeks,
It was everybody.
everybody.
Yeah. In fact, like, it's so
the whole
funny because
UN.
like my mom didn't speak English, but like most of the other kids' moms also didn't speak English.
And they spoke the non-English parts.
And they spoke, yeah. And so like we as kids, I mean, I don't know. It was like my kindergarten teacher was the first adult I knew that like spoke English really well, without an accent at least. You know what I mean?
You're like,
and
what
I
is
was like,
that?
oh, adults can speak without an accent. Like, wow. I mean, I'm kidding, but like, yeah. I was like, ooh, this is interesting. But yeah, because it's like all the kids, all the parents only spoke whatever language they spoke, and that was it. And they would just, especially, it would be funny because if like the kids got in trouble, like all the parents would have to like have at it and like, your kid did this, your kid did that.
yeah,
they
yeah,
couldn't because the kids had to be like, you hit me, and the mom had to be like, yeah.
I'll never forget. Like, I don't know, I feel like my mom was like very different from all the other moms on the block.
Yeah.
It was like, because there was a lot of like first generations, but also very, very like, just white,
Yeah.
like cookie cutter.
Yeah.
And my mom didn't understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I had someone like get mad because I did a fair Pokemon trade.
Okay.
And then they came back.
Drama.
And then they came back to try to take it. And my mom with her like fucking Virginia Slims. At first she was like, it was a fair trade. This is fair. Why your kid want to take back? He gave it. He's stupid.
Did you really say that?
He's stupid.
What did the mom say?
And then she's like, bah, 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 and the kid started crying. And then finally my mom looked at me and she's like, Christina, they're fucking plastic cards. Just give it back. What does it matter? I was like, Mom, you just went back on this. You just went back on this. She was like, this is too much. I can't be bothered.
I know, because our parents, like, I don't know, my parents didn't like handle shit like that for us. Like, we didn't do that. Like, we didn't have like yeah. I mean, yes, I'm like joking that they yelled at each other, but like, yeah, parents didn't really like talk to each other like that
No,
about the
she's had moments of things.
Yeah,
My
but
mom
not a
was-
lot. Like one time, one kid like pushed me and I accidentally fell like really badly and like cut my lip open. And I think he didn't expect me to fall as hard as I did because I ended up tripping, and he didn't intend it. Like I can see as a kid, like, wow, you really did not intend that, right?
Yeah.
You like tripped me and you pushed me and I tripped,
Yeah.
and you didn't see the wheel or whatever. And so like I fell and my dad was like, you did this. He was like pointing at the kid like, it's your fault. You did this to my son. And like yelling at him. And I was like, this is so funny because they have no tact. They like
have
act,
no-
like it's not that cookie cutter American, like, you know, your son.
your son.
You know, your son. I saw your son, you know, at the football field.
I'll never forget.
At the football field.
Son was at the football.
Your son was at the
field.
football field, and I saw him push my son down, and I have some choice words to say to you, Mr. Brennan. Mr.
Wow, you really tricked me. I thought
Mr. Constantilis.
you would actually butcher it.
Yeah, Mr. Constantilis.
Yeah, dads are funny. I remember.
Yeah.
So I like got jumped once, a few times, but there was this one time
You got jumped?
I got jumped,
Okay.
and
I got jumped once. I got jumped a couple times.
Yeah, I
was
jumped-
a gay little kid. Of course I got jumped.
I got jumped twice, but the second time because it was these dudes that came after me and my ex, and then I was gonna watch them fight him, so I jumped in. But the first time, so these girls like came after me and and we were like all decking. It was like August. It was summertime. We had a Greek barbecue. The whole fucking block came out. It was a whole shit show. And then like a few days later, there was this guy that like friendly, and he came up to me, and he was seeing how I was, but he was like reenacting the moment, and my dad saw that and ran over and heard him saying like fuck you, like, or something weird like that, and my father was like, fuck me, fuck you.
He always my dad did I tell the story already about my dad at the bodybuilding competition?
No, please do.
My dad was running late because he had to take the art train from my dad had to take the art train. He had to take the art train from 59th and Lex to all the way to 86th Street in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. It's like an hour and 15, you know what I mean? And he was running late, and my brother was part of the bodybuilding competition at Fort Hamilton High School, which by the way was a big deal.
It
First
was.
of all,
My sister was in it.
I just want to point out I was talking about this to my friend, and my friend was like, you know, grew up cookie cutter, like Midwest, and she was like, why does your high school have a bodybuilding competition? This is the weirdest thing. And I was like, oh, it was an event. Like, it sold the most tickets out of anything our high school. Like, it was like a drag brunch.
Yeah.
It was like a RuPaul's Drag Race viewing party. Like, that was the vibe. It was chaos. And there wasn't even like one weight competition. It was like
Multiple.
lightweight,
Yeah. It was
heavyweight,
legit.
middleweight, male, female. It was everything. It was like a whole thing. And my brother was he was in the middleweight competition, and my dad missed the lightweight, and he was running late, and they started the middleweight competition, and they didn't let him in. And with the security guards at Fort Hamilton High School.
Oh, the worst.
And my dad lost his mind. He got, okay, This is what happens. My dad's really chill, but when he loses it, he gets arrested. Like it's a situation. And he
Are you serious?
He literally lost his mind. He goes, I have to see my son. I came all the way from 59th Lex with the R train, and I have to see my son. Like screaming. Losing his mind. Like losing it.
That's so good.
Picture. He's yelling at the security guard. He's yelling at the security guard like, I took the train in 90 minutes and I ran here. Look at the sweat.
Do you know how many steps I had to climb?
Up and down the R train. He's losing his mind at her. And they call the cops. They put him in.
Get this fucking lunatic Greek
Started
man.
throwing shit apparently because I wasn't there. I was at
He threw
he threw shit because he loses it. He loses it one
You
time.
prostitution whore.
One time I bought this computer game that I thought was gonna be better than it was, but we had already opened it and I wanted to return it. I was like, I don't like this game, but you can't because you have the code. If you use the code, you're done.
You're done.
And so he tries to return it. That's what we need. And the woman would not let us return it. And he was like, $50 for this bullshit. For this bullshit, $50. And he goes, oh, it's open? Now it's open more. And he ripped it. He like ripped it.
Now it's open more.
It's so stupid. It's
What
open
is
more.
it? Like, oh, now you proved the point, Baba. You proved the fucking point.
We got our money back.
They were terrified.
They were like, we're calling the cops. And he was like, call the cops, call the manager, call whoever you want to call the... He goes, this is when
Call the Navy SEALs.
this is when George Bush was president. And he goes, call George W. Bush. I lost it. I literally lost it. I was like 10 years old. Like, why are you yelling at these people?
Don't call George W. Bush.
She goes, sir, if you don't calm down, I'm going to have to call the police. Call the police. Call your manager. Call the police. Call George W. Bush.
Busk.
I lost it.
Yo, Greeks are fucking witty, man. I can't. Parrot.
He literally, so he got arrested at the bodybuilding competition because you have to imagine he approached them with that energy. And I'm at Greek dance and I'm all sweaty from Greek dance. And they pick my uncle, my Theo Andrea picks me up from Greek dance. And I was like, there's got to be a problem. Because my dad usually picks me up. And my mom goes, get in the car. We have to go pick up your dad in jail. Πάμε στη φυλακή να πάρουμε το πατέρα στο μαλάκα.
My George W. Bush is there now trying to bail him out.
She was like, and he used a George W. Bush line again.
One day he's really going to come.
So then, like, I had to just like get in the car and then go to.
Did your
jail.
brother win?
No, oh no, he won second place, and he's actually it's really sad. He's low key been really holding on to that for this long, and it's really like let go. You gotta let go. It's okay. You won second place, and this guy who won first was this guy like named Luke. Perfect guy, perfect body, so hot, and that guy like ended up being like a model, and my brother's just like got mad at him.
Yeah, I know Luke.
You know
Luke and
you
me,
know
I
Luke?
went to
This
high
is-
school
see
with
this.
Luke,
Look
yeah.
at this.
Look at this.
Look at this. He's already like, I know the story.
I know.
I know Luke well.
He's like, I was also there when your father
know-
got arrested.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I saw this from a very different perspective.
Yeah, it was not as PG as you say it was, Gus. There's a lot more.
Called George W. Bush. I will never forget that. But yeah, he gets crazy, my dad. They get crazy. But that's the thing is like those are the only times, like, you know what I mean? There's those times where they get nuts, and then
Yeah, my
dad's
dad.
so chill. He's like the chillest dude.
My dad's he's a fucking hippie. But when he gets aggravated, and
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, it's like he's so calm, he's so
My dad's like a
collective.
hippie too, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like he was a sailor, he had long hair, he
Yeah,
had like
the
bell
long hair,
bottoms.
yeah.
Yeah. He looks like my dad looks like Mick Jagger and Willem Dafoe had a baby.
That's actually really good. Yeah, I've seen your dad. That's a good,
It's
yeah,
good,
that's
right?
a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, and and then maybe he tried out for the Beatles and didn't make it.
That's hilarious.
That's my dad.
Greek Beatles.
Yeah, so he's super cool, super chill, like
Yeah.
And then a light switch just turns on, and my father's line, which has followed me forever, it's
My parents used to say that too. I like that one.
You're going to turn on my
lights. My labakia, my little lights.
my little lights. You're going to turn my little lights on.
You're going to turn my little lights on.
And once they're on, they don't turn off.
The little lights are when the little lights are on is
Oh.
when my dad's going, call George W. Bush. That's the little lights. You see the little lights. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
My dad, if that was my dad, he would be like figuring out a way to sneak in.
Oh yeah, but you can't enforce it. It's so hard. You have to go through that. You have to go through that one. It's just like one entrance. It is what it is. Anyway, but going to Greece all the time was great as a kid.
It was
really fun.
I learned a lot.
I just wanted to get back to that because we went on.
We went on a whole roller coaster with George W. Bush. He was right beside us. Call the police. Call George W. Bush. Yeah, no, it was great. A lot of family there, and just like seeing other cultures.
Do you still have a lot of family there? Because now that we're older, a lot of them are gone.
Yeah, I mean, like now,
fractured.
Officially, all my grandparents have passed.
Yeah, me too.
But I still have like a lot of cousins, and every time I go to Kerkira, Corfu, every fucking time, it's like, you're my second cousin. I find a new cousin every time. They look at me, they're like, so like in Greece, they'll be like, so it's like, είσαι του Γιώργη, which is like, oh, you are George's, right? And then because there's the whole country's named George, you now start to differentiate the Georges, like the mechanic, George from the farm, George.
Right. We had enough nicknames.
Nicknames, yeah.
Like Daskopoulo or something that we would
or
use.
Xipolitos.
Yes,
we had a Xipolitos.
Well, everyone has a Xipolito.
Everyone has a Xipolito, which means the barefooted.
The barefooted who walks around barefooted. Yeah.
That would be me if I was one. I like walking around barefoot. I would be the Xipoliti. Yeah. But yeah, so,
I would be the vreki, the guy walking around in his underwear.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice. But yeah, so every time I go to Kerkira, there's someone's like, tu Georgi, tu Tetjana.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Oh my God. I remember, I would never forget. I hadn't been to Greece in like 7 years. And I was there with my brother. We got off the bus to get to my mom's village, and you have to take a 30. It's like
Wait, how old were you when it was your last time, and then when you went back after 7?
we went like every summer until I was 9.
Okay.
Or until I was 8 or 9. And then we didn't go for 7 years.
Okay.
And now I've been going back every 2 years.
So that was like, you must have saw it in such a different lens.
Completely
from
different.
From like 9 to like
and it was,
15.
It was
maths?
from like the year 2000, 2001 to 2007.
Yeah.
So it was like, even Greece itself like had the Olympic Games by then. So it looked different.
Very different.
It was just, there's a whole new highway. You know what I mean? There was so many new things. The Hipedo. And it was just so many new things. So it was like, it was great. But we hadn't been in so long, and then we got off the bus to get to my mom's village, and we usually take a taxi to get there because there's no buses or anything to get to the village.
To the village, no.
And it's like 20 minutes from the bus stop, and we get there, and this taxi driver just pulls over, and he goes, Tudaskopoulo. And that was our grandpa's nickname, and we were like, yeah. And then my brother looks at him and goes, Taki. And that was it. And like, he was the guy who he was our taxi driver when we were kids. Yeah. And that was it. And he just was like, oh, you're going to the village? Great, let's go. 7 years later.
7 years later. Look
It's
at that.
such an insane place like that. Yeah.
I love it. They really I don't know. They just know everyone.
Yeah, they know everybody. Yeah. Even when I go to Ayo, it's because the Ayo is where my dad's from, and there's no real family left there because my grandma died like years and years ago at this point. She's been dead for like 12 years. Oh. And so I go back because I have friends there only.
Is that your mom's mom or dad's mom?
My dad's mom. And in fact, I didn't know my dad's dad. So my grandpa died. I never knew my grandpa, and then one day someone from the Greek embassy came to our house, and I was the only one home, and they knocked on our door, and they were like, is your mom or dad home? And I was like, no. I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And they were like, okay, well, we need to speak to an adult. And I called my dad, and I was like, someone here's to speak to you. And they called him, and they were there to let him know that his dad died. But he didn't really have a relationship with his dad.
That's so hard though.
Yeah, he didn't really have a relationship. I never met the man. And I really only knew because they got divorced in the 60s. My grandma divorced. I know, divorced.
Ahead of her time.
She lived as a single woman in Athens. She was a whore. Anyway, she was. And honestly, listen, I don't care what you think. She would have loved for me to tell you that.
Yeah.
In fact, she would have.
Yeah.
She would have been like, "Thank you. That's exactly how I would have liked to be described." Okay.
That's for you,
Yeah, that's for
Good
yeah. She was just a badass. She told me because her husband, well, my grandpa was really abusive, and so was his brother. And they were like playing cards one day, and he like hit her, and she took her nail and slashed him across the face, and now he has a permanent scar across his face.
Whoa, she really is a fucking
She's
badass.
a badass. She was like, "Don't fucking hit me."
Don't.
She knocked him. She was a badass.
You're lucky I didn't have a cigarette in my hand because it would go straight to your fucking eye.
I would have in your eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she said. That's what she said too. She's like,
I'm not possessed by
She
your
goes,
girl.
ευτυχώς δεν είχα ένα τσιγάρο,
Yeah.
μες στο μάτι του θα πήγαινε. It's like, thank God I didn't have a cigarette. It would have went right in his eye. But yeah, she was a badass. So, but she's gone. And so now I go to Ayo, and Ayo's great. And I walk around Ayo. I was there for 5 minutes once. I had just gotten there. I went to the corner to the periptero to get a bottle of water. By the time I got back, there was 2 people.
Periptero is like our bodegas.
Like a bodega. But there was 2 people on the corner waiting for me. They were like, someone told me you're here. I was like, someone told you?
Oh, someone, 5
I just
minutes?
got to the bus stop, girl.
Yeah, that's surveillance there.
Yeah,
everyone
it's
knows.
surveillance. It's wild.
Everyone knows. Yeah, I've like it's very intimate when you go to Greece. Like
And
someone
there's, yeah.
always.
There's always obligations too. It always becomes like, oh, come see us for lunch, okay? Then you go to Paralia, then you go to the beach, then you go dinner,
when you
then you
think
go
about
this,
it,
then
right?
you go
Like
there.
we roll our eyes at some point, but when you stop and think about it, you're like, that's the most beautiful fucking thing.
It's a nice way to, Americans are very segmented. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm seeing my friend at 3. I'm seeing
Yeah.
my other friend at 7.
and
I'm
they're like, just
getting-
bring everyone.
They're like, okay.
Bring your friends over as well.
Oh, let's hang out. Oh, what are you doing later? I'm not really doing anything. You want to keep hanging out? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and
it's a very casual way. And you know, when I have days like that with people, it's really nice.
Yeah,
But
it
I don't
remind-
do it.
yeah.
I don't do it a lot. Yeah.
No, because we're always like, we're on a time. We got to get somewhere.
Yeah.
The train is coming, and then it's stuck. The fucking art train.
The art train.
Lexington. You know, so that's why, like, whenever I go back to Greece, I need like 4 days or so to like unlearn my New York, Brooklyn self.
I still can't siesta.
So I can like chill the fuck out
Yeah.
because I'm like, we have to go to the beach now. And
I know.
everyone else is like, sigare, pupai to beach.
The beach.
Pupai,
Where's the
it
beach going? Is the beach going
the
somewhere?
beach is going to be there all day, every
all
day,
day.
all
The
night.
sun's out. It's hot at night. Go to the beach at night. Oh.
Don't go the sun over your head. That's a big thing.
Oh yeah. They don't like going to the beach when it's sunny out. They want to go to the beach when the sun's going down.
Why are you going to go out there with the sun over your head? You're going to get dizzy.
They
the
literally-
water is like a boiling pot of water.
Like my friends in Ayo, I get annoyed at them sometimes because their preferred time to go to the beach is like 5:30.
Yeah, it's like
6.
3-4 o'clock.
So we
But-
get to the beach at like 5:30 and the sun's going down, and we stay until the sun goes down.
But that time period too
it is the best.
is the best. You know why?
They're right. The thing is they're right.
They're
I'm
right.
always like, I want to be in the beach. It's
Yeah, because
2
we
o'clock.
want to get
We want
like
the beach time.
tan.
We have that beach time. We have that book.
I need to put the carotene on my body and get nice tan. And I love playing raquetes.
I do like the raquetes, yeah.
I'm a beast. I can play for hours.
Of course. Yeah, me too. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
look,
we
that's
should
it.
we should
raqueta.
We should raquetas.
do the thing. Yes.
I put all my American friends on raquetes. So we'll be at like Coney Island
Raquetas.
or like, and we're playing raquetes.
It's the best.
I love
It's
it.
the best. It's so fun.
Yeah. But the beach time, that time period is the best because you know why? The water becomes like oil.
Oil, like latte.
It's calm.
calm,
The sun is low.
low,
And it hits the water like
like a Crisco. You know Crisco.
το ξέρεις το Crisco. το Crisco.
You know the Crisco.
The Crisco. You take it and it's like all over the water.
Latte.
Laddy.
Oil.
And you go in and it's just so nice over your body.
You dip in, you float.
You float.
You float.
You float. Doesn't matter how fat or muscular you are. You float.
Skinny, you float.
You
too.
float.
Just ate, float.
Float. Bald.
Float.
Hairy. Float.
Float.
Stupid. Float.
Even if you have a 25-pound dumbbell tied to your ankle, float.
Float. The weight of the world on your shoulders. Float.
You will float. I tell this joke in my stand up with when I do the Greek mom thing live for when I perform. I do this joke where I go, the beats in Greece. My cousin was having a heart attack. I said, don't go to the hospital. Go to the beats. He went to the beats. Boom, opa, no heart attack.
No heart attack.
He drowned. And it like always gets people, and it's so stupid. It's
I
so
love
dumb,
it.
but it's great. It's a great
I
joke.
love it.
Yeah,
It's so good.
But it is how I feel though. That's the thing is, it's like I'm joking, but I also do feel that way.
No.
My dad even says like, you know, because I had really bad asthma when I was a baby because my mom smoked when she was pregnant. Most likely, the jury's out. But guess what? I was a 3-month-old with that turned blue.
You came out with a pack of smokes in your hand. You're like, what's up, guys? I'm here.
I had bad asthma, and you know, I was on the thing every day.
Aww.
The whole thing. It was like a whole, and I had like the little inhaler that I carried around. And then my dad goes, "One year I took you to Greece, and we went to this island. And every morning I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning, when the sun was still going up. And every morning I took you to the beach. I took you to the beach, and I played with you to the beach all day long, from the sunrise to the sunset, every day for a month. And then the next, after we got back to New Yorkie, no asthma.
Oh, New York, New Yorkie.
New Yorkie, no asthma." He says that. He literally tells that.
I believe
story.
him.
In that, yeah. I
believe him
too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe him too.
Dead ass.
Dead ass believe him.
Dead
Yeah,
ass
he's
believe
right.
him.
But yeah,
How would you say that in Greek?
dead ass.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dead ass. Pethamenokolo.
Yeah, but I'm trying to make it like Bethamenocollo. No, Bethacolo.
We can table this.
We'll table it.
Just kidding.
I'm gonna create it. It's gonna be a shirt.
But it's so funny because it's like I never really pictured myself as to be known as like the Greek comedian. Like when I started stand up, I never pictured myself getting to this point of like being known
isn't that
as
beautiful?
like, the Greek guy.
You know why? Because
I
you were on the
also-
journey.
I was a journey.
You were
I also
enjoying the journey.
never really pictured myself being like mostly a clean comedian because I do a lot of family shows now, and a lot of my set is really clean. And before it was really, really raunchy. So it's been such a change for me in terms of like stand up and
Did you
writing.
notice when it was changing, or did you make sorry, reverse? Did you make a conscious decision to make it cleaner, or did it like?
No, I kind of, because of the Instagram thing, I had to make it cleaner. I had no choice, you know? It just happened. It happened naturally, but it happened because of the Instagram thing and the TikTok thing.
So now you can
And
be
the
as
content.
dirty as you want here.
I can be as dirty as I want here,
Isn't
but it's
that-
so interesting because it's like, now that I've settled into it, I'm like, oh, I don't actually need to be dirty to be funny, or I don't need to do
No, I
anything
don't-
to be funny.
I think
and
whatever.
that's kind of fun, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's comedy in everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to be one thing.
I think for a long time that was holding me back, and then I think, you know, it just is a natural progression to
Yeah.
be able to do that, and it's, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like now too, like on social media, like certain things, I'm like, oh, God, I can't drop the F-bomb.
I know, even so, because social media is even like, don't curse, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
God, it's
Even
so
they want you to be
ridiculous,
clean in
though.
a way, and it's like, well, then I'm
It
like,
is a little annoying though.
I'm a little grateful that I have content, like I do content that is already that.
Yeah.
Because they push it in that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I don't have to really worry about that. Other people I see post stand-up clips where I'm like, oh, they're going to take that down.
That's
or
it, yeah.
They're going to censor that, and your views, your engagement
124 plays.
Yeah. They're going to censor that, and it is what it is, where I'm like, I don't have to really worry about that anymore.
If you bleep it though, it helps.
Yeah,
If you use
yeah,
the captions in
yeah.
it does. Which, listen, I get it, right? Like I think it's important to be able to like not just go to one corner of something, like
Yeah.
not always curse, but I think it's important to be able to like have freedom
Yeah.
of how you express yourself. So it's like, I don't know, just let me
Right.
fucking, I can't not curse.
I can't not fucking curse.
I can't. Like my kid's gonna hear F-bombs
Oh,
galore.
I mean, I was cursing as a kid. I would get in trouble in school all the time because I'd be cursing.
You motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I got pulled. I had literally, my teacher had to talk to my brother one time who would pick me up, and because I said the word malaka, and they found out what it meant.
But it's foreign. It doesn't matter to
I
you.
know, they got mad.
Leave me alone.
I know, seriously.
Mind your business.
You don't know my cultural things, all right?
Mind your language.
Okay? What are you gonna do? Call the police.
Call the police. Call
Call
George W. Bush.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Fuck out of here.
Thanks for listening, guys. My name is Gus Constantelis. This is.
Christina Mavronas.
Make sure you follow and subscribe, and
Yeah, that would be really nice.
save this on your Spotify or save this on whatever streaming service that you're listening to.
I'm really excited we're doing this.
Yeah, I'm really excited we're doing this too.
Yeah, and thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate you. We'll bring more snacks next time.
Delicious.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?